Hello, friends. You guys are nice and early. I've unmuted you all for this first awkward 9 minutes that we have to just sit and chat. So yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Let's see, what have we got? Oh. How are we all today? Good? Yep, just me talking to myself again. It's always good. It's always a fun time. Cool. So the link to the slides is there in the chat if you want to follow along. If you don't, that's totally cool. If you don't want the slides. We are very early, so we've still got 8 minutes of awkward conversation, which is always the best part. Cool. You can always use this time to ask any other questions if you've got any questions about anything, or yeah, just want to chat about stuff. It's nice to communicate with people that aren't my husband or my daughter. Oh. Can you hear her barking? No, that's good. Cool. I don't know how many people are meant to be coming. I think it's like 30, I think. So we're on 6. So that's good. I'm just sort of stoked that like more than one person comes. That's always a good thing for me. You can hear the dog. Oh, my bad. Yeah, she was barking at the courier driver. I have a teenager asking for food 20 times during these meetings. Oh my gosh, so I made a sign to put on the door because yesterday my daughter came in and while I was doing a Facebook live video and was like holding up pictures on the back of the camera, like asking me questions. I was like, no, you can't do that. You have to just stay away. Yeah, I've got you. So we've made guidelines around if the door's shut, you can't come in and you have to ask the other parent because it's too hectic. Yeah, good old teenagers, eh? I don't have one yet. Mine's 9, almost 9, but she acts like she's like 19 sometimes. So yeah, thanks for doing this. No worries. This is all part of just sharing the love, and yeah, if this helps people, then it's totally cool. It's always fun. I actually can't see anybody, so it's just me looking at a screen. So half the time I don't even know like what my facials are doing and things like that. It's always a really fun time. I always watch the recording back and go, oh gosh, did I do that? Like it's just cringy. But good fun. So this is the last session. There's not going to be any more. There's not going to be a repeat. This will be the last and final one, unless of course you want one-on-one sessions or your school or school teams and things like that want sessions. I can do small group ones as well. Yeah. So this will be the 5th one I've done. Yep. Yeah. Cool. So how long we got? 4 minutes. Awesome. 4 minutes of awkward conversation. It's only awkward because it's me just talking to myself. You guys aren't awkward. You guys are great. Cool. I'm just getting like a zillion messages asking for the password. I'm glad you guys were able to find it. I had to write it in last minute because of all of the like privacy stuff and all of the Zoom crashing that's going on. So I thought I'd quickly add a password just in case, because I would hate to have like a naked man or something appear or write some racial slurs or something. So yeah, that would be like my worst nightmare. I have no questions right now. Is it okay to contact you for small things occasionally? Yeah, totally. I currently have 13 unread messages from people that I've got to get back to. So yeah, anytime message about anything, it's all good. And I will get back to you as soon as I can usually. I'm quite timely most of the time, but sometimes it does take me a while. Awesome. Oh, we're getting there, getting some more friends. That's good. Cool. We're just waiting until 12 o'clock. If you want a link to the slides, it is there on your screen. Otherwise, it is also in the chat as well. Yeah.
Yes, you are. I'm showing the conference. Let's go.
I love it. I love it.
I do that.
Hurry up, Caitlin.
I'm glad it's not just me. Like, I feel like half the time I yell at the door and I'm like, oh,
Caitlin.
just me. But no, it's more real. Cool. I'm going to mute you guys now just for that purpose, but don't get like, that's totally all good that you've got kids like that. That's cool. It makes it so more real, such more real. Cool. We've got 2 minutes. So for these, if you haven't been to one of these before, these are muted sessions. So if you do have a question while I am talking and sharing, pop it in on the chat. And if I'm on like a big long spiel, I'll get to it after the chat, after I finish talking, but usually I'll answer them as they pop up, the questions as they pop up. Yeah. So we're only focusing on 2 really quick things today, which is Seesaw blogs and Seesaw folders. Yeah, so it's not a hands-on session today. It's basically just me modeling and showing you how to use it. You've got access to the slides, and this recording will be posted on YouTube as well. So if you think, oh my gosh, how do I do this? She shared something and I can't remember, it'll be on there as well. Cool. So we've got another minute to wait.
Hi, Jordan.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Thanks for today.
That's all right. No worries. Cool. I also have just released a competition on my Facebook page to win a set of Seesaw task cards. So they're a resource that I've created in the past that I use all the time, and it's a bundle for over 70 task cards, I think. So if you're keen on entering that, it's free. Just have to write your name, tag a friend and stuff. And yeah, you could win a set of the task cards, which could come in handy if you're using it at home or in class still, if you're not on lockdown. Cool. Okay. What's our time? 12 o'clock, right on the dot. Let's just messaging some people saying, what's the password? So the reason why I added the password was because of all of the Zoom crashing that's going on. Yeah, and I would hate to have a naked person or racial slurs or something like that across the screen. That would be really, really bad on my side. So yeah, we've got 5 waiting. Oh, lovely. Cool. Okay, so we will make a start. If you would like a copy of the slides, it is there on your screen. Otherwise, the link is in the chat right at the very, very top. And we will get going. So some tips for the session: your microphone will be switched off. There will be question time at the end. If you do, however, have a question while I am talking, you can pop it in on the chat and I'll answer it as soon as I can. The session is also being recorded and will be on my YouTube channel later. And I forgot to take that bottom line out. Sorry, this one is not an interactive session. I'm just going to share and show you how to use folders and blogs, and we'll go from there. Cool. So the first one we're going to look at is Seesaw folders, and then we will look at Seesaw blogs after that. And with the questions, I can see some of you have had experience with folders and some of you haven't, and that's totally cool. I'm just going to go through them a little bit. First of all, what is Seesaw? We know that it is a great learning platform to capture students' learning. It has several tools inbuilt into it, which is great for students of all ages, especially littles who find it hard to have to leave an app and come back in. It's got it all inbuilt into there. I love that it can document growth, especially while we're in this lockdown period for students, which is amazing. Another amazing thing, if you didn't know, was that it supports multiple platform support. So whether you've got Apple, Android, Chromebook computers, and even Kindles, you can access the same information and do the same learning from any device, which is great. Cool, let's go. So, just sending, can you please send me the link just above? Cool. So, organizing with folders. Folders are a really great way to link learning or to organize learning on your Seesaw journal. Typically, it all runs on the journal, and it can be hard to find particular pieces of evidence or particular bits of learning that you want. And using folders basically tags that item into the folder. It's really great for all learners, and even with the younger ones, I use emojis because sometimes you can't read the word, especially children that are new to school. I tell them to maybe click on the book emoji so that they know that one's for reading. I'm just going to admit these people who are 3 minutes late. Hello, friends. The link to the slides is in the chat. If you would like a copy of it, it is on there for you. So folders can be color coded, which is great if you're a visual person. So you could tell them to click on the green folder or the orange folder, and they can be used by both teachers and students. So you can have the option for you to just use the folders, or for you and your students if they're uploading work from at home, which is really handy. Just doing this last person. Cool. Oh, we don't want that. We want that one. There we go. Lovely. All right. Oh, we've already got a question. Chat. Have I missed much? No, you have not missed much. I have just started talking, Monique. You're all good. No worries there. So I'm going to show you how to access the folders from your Seesaw account. Okay. So all of this is screenshotted and explained in the slides, but I'm going to show you how to do it live with Seesaw. So you're going to come over to your wrench in your classroom. If you've got your device handy, you could follow along with me if you would like to. You're going to click on the wrench. Then it's going to bring up all of your class settings. Now you're going to scroll down until you find the section that says folders. Here we go, folders. So you've got two steps there. You can either manage folders or show who wants to see the folders. So the first one is manage folders. So if I click on there, it's showing you that I've already made 2 folders, but you can add as many folders as you want. Let me just, using this create a folder button here. So if I click on that, I can then type a name of a folder, choose a color, and there we go, it's added on there. And you can have as many as you want. Like I said, you could have one for different reading groups. So like you could have the giraffes reading and have that be blue. Then you could have the, I don't know, what's another, possum reading and have that one be blue too. But they've got different folders for their work. So that's how you would separate it in your journal feed through the folders. And
is there a limit to folders?
Pardon?
Is there a limit to how many folders?
Not that I know of, no. No, don't think there is. You can click on it and change it if you're not sure of the name, or if you want to rechange it or rechange the color. There we go. And you can just keep adding. I'm pretty sure you can keep adding unlimited folders. I've had 15 folders in a classroom once before, and you can just keep adding more and tagging it to the work. So that's how you make the folders. So if I click on the cross, if I come down to this step here, it's going to ask me how I want to basically use this tool. Do I just want teachers to use it, or do I want students and teachers to use it? So the difference is that when you post work, it will ask you which folder you want to tag it in. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. The other option is students and teachers. So that means when students post work too, it will ask them what folder to go in. So it's really if you want to give them that option to have it there, or you can just tag, you can go back and tag it into the folder afterwards if you don't want students. So for my kids at the moment, I have not trained them how to use folders. So I'm not going to have it on students and teachers, because that could set it up for a whole big jumble of mess, because they could tag it in the wrong folder and then I'd have to go back and re-tag it again, and that's just going to waste my time. So let me show you how to use the folders. Let me just admit these people. Hello, friends. With your work, okay? So we've made our folders. Let me just go back and show you that really quickly. So we've got your spanner. You'll then go down to folders and it will be there under manage folders, and it's got your work there, okay? Folders are like how you want to tag it, tag the item. Quickly, sorry, I'm just admitting people. Lovely. Okay, so for example, let me show you how that would work when I'm adding work. Okay, so I'm going to post to my journal. I'm going to take a selfie photo for you guys, just because I am here. Beautiful. There's my lovely smile. If I want to do my drawing, add some work, I can totally do that. Beautiful. Cool. I'm going to tick it. It's then going to ask me to choose my name once it uploads, and of course it's going slow now that I'm recording live. Spinning wheel of death. Oh, this is super fun. And after you choose your name, here we go. So I'm going to choose my name, so J for Jordan. I'm going to click the tick. Now it's prompted me to select my folder. So the folder step always comes after the student step. So if that was, for example, maths, let's just pretend that was maths, I would tag that folder. You can tag more than one folder at a time. So I could tag all of them if it was relevant to all of those curriculum needs or for all of those reading groups or whatever. And then I just click the tick. And it is now going to be uploaded with those folders tagged in. And I'm going to show you how that looks once it uploads. And of course, we've got the wheel of death again. There we go. So underneath the item, it now shows you what folder it is tagged in. So we can see that it's now in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 folders. Now, if I just click on this main journal feed here, it's going to show there, okay? Now, to be able to bring up work in that folder, so say I want to see what student J, Jordan, has done in writing this week, okay? On the side here, you will see a folder. So if I click on that folder, it's now going to ask me what groups of items do I want to see. Do I want to see announcements, giraffes reading, maths, possum reading, or writing? So I'm going to click on writing, and then it will bring up all of the work that has been tagged with that folder. So if I really wanted to see what all my students were doing in maths, I could click the maths folder and it would bring up all of that work, okay? Which is really handy for keeping track of who's doing what or where it is or what's happening in that folder. Cool? So that is documented here in the screenshots. So you've got evidence of that as well. And like I said, you can tag items in more than one folder. Cool. You can also tag your activities with folders. So over on the activity tab, I have not done it. You can edit activities to, I wonder, is it in this one? Show up in folders. Here we go. So here's my activity here. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's this option here that says more options. If I click on that arrow, it's going to tell me, it's going to ask me, do I want it immediately online? What folders do I want it in? And do I want any skills? So if I click on this edit button here, it will then bring up my folders that I can choose. And now every single time a student completes this activity, it will have it automatically assigned to that folder. So I don't have to go back and assign it to the folders for each piece of evidence. It will automatically spit it out in that folder, which is really handy. So let me just show you really quickly what that would look like. So say I'm a child, today's Tuesday, let's just pretend it's the 3rd. Lovely, beautiful. If I tick that work, it's going to upload it after the spinning wheel of death. And then see, now underneath my work, I've just finished my work, it was automatically tagged in those folders, which is super handy. You don't have to go back and like do it yourself. It's already there, okay? And I can double check that by clicking on here. Let's see how many items of work are in the giraffes reading, and it's going to bring up everything that is tagged. So we've got that one there and that one there. Cool. Are there any questions about that part? This is awesome to know how to automatically put it into folders. Yes, cool. Any other questions about the folders? Do you know how to insert emojis? I don't know why I'm asking a question. You can't all talk. That was really silly. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to show you how to insert an emoji with your folders. So over here, let's go down to folders, manage folders. Now at the front, you want to put your cursor at the front, and I'm using a laptop. So I'm going to go edit up the very, very top on my Chrome browser. I'm going to go edit emojis and symbols. Then it's going to bring up some emojis that I want, and I can choose one that fits the word. So this is really handy for junior students or kids that need pictorial information. And I'm just trying to find one with a speaker. I'm just going to click any random one. It's not going to be a speaker. There we go. And it's turned up in front of the word. So now if I go back, it's now got my little emoji there at the beginning. Okay, so you could use any types of emojis, and that might help just your help for your students to be able to add it to their journal. If you've got multiple folders for reading groups, you could have their little image before it, and then they would know that they're ticking the giraffe animal one or the whale animal one or whatever. Yeah, cool. There was five questions. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, everyone was saying no. Ha, my bad. So you can use this for your groups, and you won't have to find the work in the running journal. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can still find the work in your running journal. So your journal is basically like your home feed of everything. But if I wanted to find specific evidence or specific work, I would go to my folders and then see who's got what. Yeah, you can also do that individually for each individual child too. These folders are separate from the activity folders. The activities use the same folders that you have set up. So when you're on manage folders and you make your folders, those are the same folders that your activities will show. So it's all like streamlined across. How do you retag an activity if child posts it in the wrong folder? Cool, there is a shortcut. So underneath here, there's that little folder. If I click on that folder, it brings up the folder straight away, and I can just untick it and tick it for the right one. Really simple, and then it changes it straight away. So you've got your like, comment, teacher comment, skills, and then folders, and it automatically sits there for you permanently. Yep, so you can go back and change it. Cool. Any other really quick questions on folders before we move on to blogs? Nope. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so all of that was on those slides. There's your slide deck. You can, and that's how you search for items. Cool. Right, Seesaw blogs. Now, Seesaw blogs are a really underutilized part of Seesaw. Quite a lot of people don't even know that they have their own blogs built into it. It's a way for sharing further than your classroom. You can connect globally and connect up with other people's Seesaw blogs. And it's another way of posting what they're doing wider. The reason why people are using Seesaw blogs at the moment is because currently with the home learning code, students can only see their work, okay? So when they post their activities from home, they only can see what they're doing. If they have access to the Seesaw blogs, they can actually share and see what other people have got going on in class, which is amazing. So, oh, I've got a question about folders. What's the difference between folders and collections? Collections is how you group your activities. Folders is how you, I guess, group your work. So your collections are only in the activity section. The folders are live throughout everything. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm going to show you how to set up your blog with this Seesaw account. And I've photographed it on the slides if you want to follow it later, but this is how you get it set up. So you'll come over to your wrench, and before that, I'm just going to show you that you can't actually see the blog here. We've got journal, activities, inbox, skills. That's it. I'm going to show you how to add the blog on. You go on the wrench, then you're going to find blog, class blog. Now it says enable blog. Yes, we need to turn it on because currently it's not turned on. So I'm going to turn it on, and it's going to give you this cool little prompt here talking you through it, and you're going to click set up a public blog. Now you can put a password on it to make it password protected if you've got privacy issues. That is really simple to do, and I can show you that in a second. So you need to create your blog name first. So for this purpose, it's practice class online. And then you need to type in that same name down here, and it will tell you whether it's free or whether it's been taken. So it's telling me that this particular blog URL is available. You could have your class name. So mine just has Ngā Tohu, but you could have whatever you've got going on, room 1, room 5, whatever. Then you're going to click the tick. Then it's going to prompt you, and it's going to say, do you want to enable comments? So do you want people to have comments? That can be for students, parents, and other teachers from across the world. You could give the link out and have global sharing. And then do you want it password protected? So I'm going to click this one, password protected, and it's going to say, what do you want your password to be? So for the sake of this, I'm going to tell you what the password is. My password is just going to be Seesaw. So I'm going to save that, and then I can view it or change my password. I'm going to click on my next arrow here, and then it's going to take me, now it's saying, yeah, it's all set up. This is your URL to go to it, and this is how you add work to the blog. So I'm just going to click tick, and now it's showing me that little blog's now appeared. It wasn't there before. It's now, it's like a surprise, it's there now. So currently there is no work on my blog because I haven't assigned anything to it. So I'm going to show you how to assign work to that. I'm going to click back on my journal. And now it's really simple to add work. Down here underneath, next to the folders, there's now this little world. That world means blog. And all you have to do is push that once, click publish to the blog, and it's now on the blog. It doesn't give you a notification to say, yay, it's live. You'll know that it's live if this world here is blue. Down here, this one is not blue, so this one is not live. So I'm just going to click this one here. I'm going to click publish to the blog, and it's now on the blog because this world is blue. So to double check that, I can come back over to my right where it says blog, and now those two things are there, which is super handy. I can then share this link here with you guys or with whoever, and people can go on and see that work and comment on that work. a Seesaw blog would be very similar to a class private Facebook page. Yes, it would be. It is very similar. It's just using the items that you've got in your Seesaw account already. So you don't have to recreate new stuff. You're sharing their child work. And then they could comment back to each other. And it's a great way of sharing this with each other at home. So they're still seeing each other's work and basically just catching up. So the blog can be created for each class rather than the whole school. Yes, it's made for each class. So this classroom that you can see here, practice class online, this is its blog. The blog is for that one. In my classroom, I'm just going to switch over to my personal class one here. I can see that I've got a blog here as well. Let me just click on it once it loads. And there are other items here for my personal class one. So here we go. We've got some items that they've been doing from home. And that's my own classroom's account. Okay, it's had 37 posts and 3 visits so far. And you can add a picture of your class at the top as well, which is super cute. Can children access the blog from home from their Seesaw app? Can they? They can edit, they can access it by the link. I don't think blog comes up as an option. I'm going to find that out right now for you, because that is a super important question. I'm a student, let me just log on. Yes, it does. It comes up at the bottom. So yep, I just logged on my phone. As a student mode, they have journal, activities, inbox, and then blog. And then for the blog, it shows everything that's on there and they can comment. Yeah, so yes, they can. Yeah. They can see it, they can comment, they can't like it, but they can comment back and they can see everyone's work that's added on the blog. Yeah, cool. Good question. I found that out too for myself. It's hard because you don't actually have the student app open quite often, so you see it from a teacher point of view, but that's a really good question for a student question. So all of that is documented here on the slides. One thing I do want to show you as well is that you can, if you're really into colors, you can change the color and how it looks, the blog appearance. You can add a blog description and you can add an image as well. So that would be like your class photo or the name of your class or whatever. And that is all. Students can post to the blog. Students can upload their own work to the blog too if they would like to, or you can just do it for them. Okay, that's up to you. You could toggle that off and that means only the teacher can post. If you toggle that on, that means students can select the world button underneath to add it on. How do you get the blog URL displayed under your blog name? What do you mean by that? How do you get the blog URL? This one here, you just highlight it and then copy it, and then I can share that with other people. Share that with, like, I could send that out as a normal Seesaw message. I could post that out to parents. I could put it on my Facebook page if they've got a school Facebook page and things like that. Can the teacher approve the comments? Yes, all of the comments get approved. Yeah, unless you turn that off, which I wouldn't suggest turning that off, because with a Seesaw blog, you're opening it up wider to more than just your classroom, and you could have very interesting comments. So definitely keep that on just in case. And you can share and connect with other people, other people's classrooms down here where it says connected blogs. I haven't taken photos of this, but I'm just going to show this to you quickly. If you've got multiple classrooms in your school that are using Seesaw, so you click where it says connected blogs, and it's going to prompt you and say, what is the other classroom's URL? And you just click connect blogs. I can probably do it right now with my class one. And it's going to say, yes, do you want to connect to this blog? And you can click connect to blog. And then now it shows me easily under the blog feature. Here we go. It shows me really easily who I can connect with. So it's a way of connecting to see other people's work. You can't post on their work, but you can just see their work. So here I can quickly flick to this classroom. If I didn't want to see that anymore, I can flick back to my classroom to have a look. Yeah. if I connect with other classrooms, then I will have the capacity to approve or not approve as well. No, so it's just a view option to connect. So when I'm connecting with this other classroom, I can comment like normal, but I can't approve things. So down here, I could comment and say, I love your work. And then it would post my comment on his work. Yeah. Cool. I'm just going to delete that comment because his mum and dad will see that and I've already commented. Cool. Any other questions about that? Let me just see if I've missed anything in my slides. No. Awesome. That was everything I had written down about blogs and folders. Is there any other questions you have got about those? Do the kids need home learning codes to access this? Yes. Yeah, they won't have any capabilities to see any of this or add the blog from home. And if they're using the family account, they can't. They've got to be using the home learning codes on the school account. Yeah, because it gives them access to add work as a student. Yeah. You could just share them the blog though if you're not using the home learning codes, but the home learning codes are a great way for students to add work from home. That's the whole purpose behind them. Yeah. Any other questions about blogs or folders or any other Seesaw questions if you've got one? Yeah, it's a super easy way of sharing it wider. It's really simple to use once you've set it up, and it's safe, especially with the password. If they don't have the password, they can't get in basically, so you'll never have random people using it. I use the blog feature personally in my own Seesaw classroom that I have for myself as a teacher. So I know we all have ways to gather appraisal and stuff. I actually use mine on Seesaw, and I have mine published on a blog for principals or senior leaders to view my work on there safely. Yeah, so that's how I use it as well. Can you have folders in folders? No, you can't have a subfolder in a folder. You can only have the folder. So that's why you could color code or emoji code for the different folders, but you can't do subfolders. No, they don't have that yet. Good question. Any others? How many folders can we have? I actually don't know the answer to that question. I don't know if there's a cap. How many? I'm actually going to find that out. Folders can we have on Seesaw? Because I don't know. I've never used like an unlimited amount. I've always just been able to keep adding, and then it's never really basically run out of like space. It does not say, it does not have an answer. I have just Googled it really quickly on Seesaw's help website, and it does not have a set answer. So I'm guessing probably as many as you need, really, until they put a cap on it. If you've got Seesaw, the paid Seesaw or Seesaw for schools, you actually also have private folders too, which means it tags them in a private folder that only you can see. So they won't be able to see that work, just like a private comment. It's just for teacher view. The blog isn't as private as Facebook page, is it? The blog can be as private. The blog would be private if it's password protected. You would only be able to access it if you had the URL and then the password. So it would probably be as secure, if not more secure, than a Facebook page. It would probably be, it would be the same in my eyes, because for Facebook you need to have a Facebook account. This one you would need to have the password, so you'd still be limited with like a security setting. There is a limit on folders in the assigning activity folder section. Okay, so that's where there could be a limit. Yeah. In terms of creating folders, when you're in the manage folders, I don't know if there is a limit for your classroom. Parents might share the password with other people. That would. Yep. Then you could just change the password. Yeah. There's always the case of that anyways. Like when you've got something that's password protected, you've always got people sharing the passwords. It's just building that obviously shared trust and responsibility to hold the password safely and to use it for a safe purpose. When you said about your personal blog for evidence gathering, have you set up your own personal class? Yeah, so that's why I have so many classrooms. I actually have one here that's for my master's journey. So that's password protected of my own. It's a classroom just for me. That's how I document stuff for my supervisor. Then I've got one for my teaching standards. Poorly, I have not been adding to this recently because it's the last thing on my mind. You can see 2019. And those are both password protected. So the only people that can access that is if you have the password, which I don't freely share. Yeah. You might use Google Sites or Blogger and things. I use Seesaw. Why use something else when I've already got it all inbuilt into one place? What is the easiest way to get home learning codes out to the children and families? You can send them via email. You can send them via the PDFs that you could email home, or you could send them this PDF in an announcement, because you can attach PDFs and announcements. So that would probably be the easiest way if you're not like physically seeing them at the moment, which I know quite a lot of us aren't. So that would probably be the easiest way to share that. I just screenshot each code and send it to the parents as a message. Great idea. Yeah, so screenshots, or you can send the PDFs. You can download the home learning code PDFs individually, and then you could send that as well, which would be handy, because this link here that my cursor's on, it will download it all in one big giant PDF file. If you use the individual ones, it does them all separate, which is handy. Cool, good questions. Any other questions there about anything to do with blogs or folders? Ask some really good questions, which is super helpful for everyone. No, cool. Okay, that was the end of all I had to show. Oh, how do you download it individually? Got another teacher to help. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can show you. So to get individual home learning codes, you'll come over to your wrench. You'll click on manage students, find whoever it is. So say, for example, student C does not have access anymore. I would come down here to home learning student code, and then it's going to give me one just for that student. So it's one page. There we go. And I can send that home to the parent. Okay. The other way, this way up here, has them all together, so they're not separate. Where do we find the slideshow pages from this presentation? The link is already in the chat. Otherwise, I will do it again right now. What was it called? It was, let me just put this on everyone. Seesaw Online 3. There we go. And this recording will be uploaded onto my YouTube channel later if there's something that you need to come back and check on or weren't sure of. Cool. If you have got no other questions, I will leave it there. Thank you very much for coming along. If you need any other help, I am available online as like usual. My working hours are very flexible at the moment, being holidays. So if there is anything you need, one-on-one sessions, small group sessions, if you want me to help you and your school get sorted, help your team, always available. Yeah, that is all. Thank you for coming. I have loved being able to share with you guys. Yeah, cool, awesome. You guys are such nice comments. Thank you, thank you. Cool. Have a great day and stay safe in your bubble. And I will see you around. Cool. Bye. Ka kite.